Welcome to episode 5 of Create Your Life, where I show you how I achieve anything and everything I set my mind to, in hopes that you will finally decide to believe in yourself and do the same. Create your life. Okay, I know that intro is pretty cheesy, you guys, but it gets the point across. I feel like I want to make an intro that's like cool and very visual, maybe with that voiceover, but this is just where we're at right now, and honestly, it's exactly what the series is about. So also, I wanted to say, I know I'm doing a lot of informative videos. I just think there's a lot of really important things to talk about right now, but throughout this series, it's going to be a mixture of informative videos, of vlogs, of sharing like successes and the hard part and everything. So it's not just going to be sit down talking videos, but I think these are necessary at this certain point in time. So I have my trusty computer here with all my notes on here because there's a lot that I want to cover, and already it's going to be a long video, but I want to make sure I cover certain points. So I have some written down here. So we started out in episode 3 where we talked about how Instagram has evolved, how it's turned into this overly saturated ad platform, right? We talked about how we didn't like it, and we talked about how we decided that we would be a part of the difference, and the feedback on that has been amazing. In episode 4, I talked about what money is available to the sponsored IFBB pro who wins Olympia, right? Like the top of the athlete that you can possibly be in this industry, and how you don't make the same money as a football player or a basketball player, you know, and how athletes they're just not paid on the same scale, and how it's not a realistic absolute business for you, and how you should rely on yourself for your main thing, and this can be in addition to that. Now, in this video, I want to talk about what about for those people who are with companies that they love, who do have incredible products that they believe in, and who now have the opportunity to make money within that company. So how do you thrive within your own business and your own company, and now thrive within the company? Because I think that you can do both. So we're going to break it down into different parts. I want to cover first, how do you get sponsored? How do you get sponsored in the first place? Then I want to talk about the responsibilities that come with that sponsorship. And then I want to give you some realistic tips on how to naturally promote that company that you're with in a way that is not salesy, in a way where your page is not just full of ads, and just kind of give you like realistic tips and tools that I have found helpful for me. Now, I will say I'm not like a social media guru. I'm not the best at this, but there's just things that I've learned and experiences that I've had that I think I can share with you guys. So if you guys have any input, or if you are a social media guru or have really, really good marketing advice or whatever it might be, feel free to leave that down below. And if I find more things, I'll continue to update you guys. But I want this to be a very all-inclusive video. How do you get sponsored? How do you balance that between knowing and realizing and recognizing how Instagram has evolved into this place where we don't like it? How do you balance having that while also promoting and thriving within that company? So let's get started. So let's talk about how to get sponsored. I think your intentions for being sponsored is everything. If you're someone who wants to be sponsored just to be sponsored, chances are you're going to accept any sponsorship that comes your way, and there's going to be no deeper meaning behind it. It's going to be great in the short term, and in the long term, you will not win. If you have good intentions of being sponsored, what that means is you are with a company and you would be with them whether you were paid or not. If you have those kinds of intentions, you're going to find the right company, and you're going to be able to thrive within that company, and it'll be more natural, and you won't be salesy, you won't be promoting tons of ads, because it'll just come natural to you. So let's talk about how to find that company. I think number 1, you have to have some sort of relationship with that company. Start with a customer relationship. Buy the product. How's the customer service? How do they deal with their customers? Maybe you purposely call them with a random question or email them or whatever it might be and see how they interact with their customers. Is this a company that you can truly tell your best friend, your parents, your colleagues? Can you truly tell them with confidence that they will take care of you? That's huge. For me, I can't endorse a company that doesn't have good customer service. In my previous relationships, like years ago, a few companies that I had worked with just a little bit here and there, I would hear about their customer service and that it was terrible. And I was like, I literally can't be associated with that. And I would cut ties with them immediately. So it's important that you know how they deal with customers on a day-to-day basis. What about their products? If it's clothing, is it quality stuff? Is it stuff that you're going to wear all the time? If it's supplements, do the supplements do what they say they're going to do on the bottle? Are they true? Do they work? There's all these things that you need to take into account. Is the company, a company that aligns with your values? How do you find that out? Go to their website. That's something I do with every company. Even if I have no interest in being associated with them, I'll go to the website and I'm like, what is this company about? Who are they? Even people that I learn and, they have their own business. I'm like, what's the mission of their business? When I was looking for charities to partner with for the Hurricane Harvey thing that I'm still working on, the first thing I do is I go to that charity's, mission statement, and I'm like, what are they about? What is their end goal? What do they want to be about? All of these things are super important to take into consideration when you're looking to be with a company. So let's say that now you're at a spot where you've used the product, you absolutely love the product, you wear the product all the time, you drink it or consume it or use it or whatever the product might be, you're all about it. The customer service, it's unmatched. You love it. So you know for sure, you're like, my values align with this company, great product, great people, this is the company, this is it. So now that we're at that point, then you can do things like, feel free to reach out. If they have some sort of like affiliate type of program, don't be afraid to go ahead and try and get in that way. A lot of the time people will say, I want to be a sponsored athlete, and it's like all or nothing. And so if they get offered something else, they don't jump on it right away because they're like, man, that's not what I wanted. But if your intentions are true, if you truly want to be with this company because you believe in them, you believe in their product and what they're about, you're going to accept any position that they give. So that means that if you're, pursuing this company and they offer you the lowest of the lowest positions within the company, you're going to jump on it. And that's my advice to you. Jump on any and all opportunity to be a part of that company, to help that company, to show them your value and your worth. So I want to give you some of my personal experience. You guys know that my three main sponsors are First Form, Athlete, and Icon Meals. And I kind of have a different experience with all of them. So let's talk about First Form. You guys know First Form is doing a major athlete search right now. I believe the winner gets $50,000. So my DMs are flooding with people who want information on, Emily, what's your advice for trying to get sponsored by First Form? And what I can do is just say, here is my experience on how I got sponsored, that kind of thing. So whenever I first started with First Form, I started by using their level 1 ice cream sandwich protein, which you guys hear me talk about like so much, simply because I literally am still obsessed with it. So I started consuming the product. I love their values. I love what they were about. I knew it was the company that I wanted to be with. That's the position I was in. Then they launched this athlete search, right? And at that point in time, it was the first athlete search that they had done that I had known about. I didn't win that first one. I entered it, I was a part of it, and I didn't win it. I kept going, and I didn't win the next one. I did not win the next one. I didn't win like all of them, okay? All the way until it was like the last one or whatever. It was the last one of the year, all year long. And I was like, maybe this is the day, maybe this is where I win it. And I watched the video, and one of my now friends ended up winning it. At the time, I didn't know him. Was it him or was it her? I don't remember. But end of story is I did not win any of the athlete searches that they had done. At that point in time, did I say, well, screw this company, they don't want to sponsor me, whatever? No, because I was in it for the right reasons. I was in it because I believed in them as a brand, as a company, and in their values and in their products. I was all about it, and I would have done it for free. That's my whole point I'm trying to get across here, is the way that it's going to be most natural is the companies that you would be with and promote and be a part of and support for free. So because that was the case, I stuck with it. Eventually, and by the way, they were very well aware that I so badly wanted to be a sponsored athlete. I've always put that out there. But they offered me a position to be basically an affiliate or a Legionnaire. And that's when I came on the team as a Legionnaire. And I started working in that program, and I started making sales because it was natural. I was already telling everyone about this amazing protein that's the best in the world, because it is. And so it was very natural. And so it progressed from Legionnaire to all of a sudden I was moved up as a sponsored athlete. And I say all of a sudden, it was a year of working very consistently and very hard and posting just as if I was an athlete, or, making sales or whatever it might be. And here's the thing, at the end of the day, I wasn't even like making sales. I was simply just like providing a solution for people who couldn't hit their protein intake or wanted a better fat burner or this and that. So by helping people with products that helped me, I was able to make sales, which then made me more valuable to the company, eventually got moved up to athlete position. So it progressed from there. My point with this entire long story is that I jumped on every opportunity that they offered. Biggest piece of advice, that's it. With Icon Meals, I remember on the website it said something like, do you have what it takes to be an icon athlete? And I literally emailed them, I want to say it was 4 separate times over a span of like different months saying this. I think the subject line was like, I have what it takes to be an icon athlete, because I do. Now I am an athlete, but I fully believed in myself, and I fully believed that I could do it, and I fully believed that I could provide value to that company. Again, I started out as an affiliate. Just here's a code, let's just see what you can do. I made myself valuable to that company. And then from there, things progressed and moved on. I became an athlete. Now, Alpha Elite is the one company that the only explanation I can give is that the stars aligned. The stars aligned, and it was just meant to be, because they're the one company that I didn't go out and pursue. We actually, like, it's kind of like we were both in the right place at the right time, and they saw the value in me and I saw the value in them, and we just clicked instantly, and it happened. That was the one company that I didn't like put myself out there and pursue. Like, we kind of came together on that one, and that was really cool. I've talked about that previously in other videos, my experience with them. So my point here is that it can be different with every single company. Okay, so let's just say that now you were sponsored by this company. You have an amazing relationship with them, and you're sponsored by this company. What does that entail? A sponsorship means that a business has decided that you are worth an investment. And let's say right now that the only thing that the business does is they give you free product. So let's say that it's a bunch of shirts and a bunch of leggings. It's like a clothing company. And let's say that that equals $400 a month. So what that means is that the business has decided you are worth $400 a month investing in. But what that means as the athlete is that you need to make sure that they are making a return on that investment. If they don't make a return on that investment, that's a very bad business move for them. It's a bad investment for them, and they should not make that investment in the future. So now we have to think about what I talked about in episode 3, where I talked about the required postings. Why would there be required postings for athletes that they have on board that they obviously love and saw the value in? Let's just think about it for a second. And I think it's because a lot of the time when, people get to that position, they get lazy. Whereas before they were there, they were chasing it, and they like had to prove their worth and had to show their value, and they worked really hard at it. And then they get to a certain spot where they just get lazy, and now it's like, now they're getting free stuff and they're not even promoting. They're not even, and not even promoting, but they're not even sharing like they used to, because they kind of like, they take it for granted the fact that now it's free for them. Whereas before they were sharing all the time because it was the best thing ever. So I think that, just like why are there rules at the park? Why do they have those stupid rules like no doing this or that and that? I think it's because someone gave them reason to make those rules. So I think just like when you're choosing which company to be paired with, just like when you're posting, it's so important that your intentions are pure. If your intentions are to help people, people are going to see that through your post. If your intention is, I just got to get this post up, people are going to see that through your post. So let's talk about some realistic ways that I think are really helpful to actually make a post. I think it is very ineffective to simply post a product on Instagram, especially something like a flyer where it looks all marketed and salesy, and just say like, this is awesome, here's my link, or here's my discount code, or here's my whatever you have to promote it with, go buy it here. That doesn't help anyone. That doesn't do anyone any good. So how do we balance the, Instagram evolving into what it is now in these ads with, wait, I've actually found a company that I love, believe in, and support, and I want to promote them, and it's a stream of revenue for me, but I don't want to come across as being an ads person or salesy or whatever. Here are just some tips that I found. I'm going to use my personal sponsors as an example because I think it's most helpful. So let's go first with Icon Meals. Icon Meals is a meal prep company, one that I've been with for years, that I absolutely love, and they're like family to me, and like I trust them. I think they're incredible. So how can I post as an athlete? How can I post and promote them without seeming salesy? So I'm going to give you 2 different examples. One example is, let's say that I get my Icon Meals order in the mail, and I set it all up nice and pretty, and I take a picture with it, and I'm like, I love Icon Meals, go buy them, here's my discount code. What are people going to look at and think? In my head, and not to say I haven't done this before, this is all like self-reflection, okay? But in my head, people look at that picture and they say, oh cool, you get food for free and I don't, that's freaking awesome. Like, that doesn't help anyone to say like, go buy Icon Meals, look at this, all this food that I have. Like, that's, I don't know, people are gonna look at it like, well, that sucks that I don't get that food for free. So that's one post that you could make, which I obviously feel is very ineffective. Or you could make a post that is saying something like, well, for example, for clients that don't do well on the weekends and they say like, I just cannot stick to it on the weekends, I'm at parties with friends and they're eating and it's hard for me not to eat, the things that they're eating, I provide a solution. I say, for those weekends, for the 2 meals on Saturday and 2 meals on Sunday, why don't you purchase icon meals, which is cheaper than eating out, so that when your friends are eating nachos in front of you poolside, you can whip out your brisket enchiladas and it's freaking delicious and you're happy because it tastes good and it's good for you and it has the macros. Like, I provide a solution to their problem, and now they see, like, now that helps them. It shows them a way that they can actually incorporate it into their lives. Or if, for example, I'm doing icon meals and I show it on my Instagram story and I'm like, I take, the protein by the pound and I put it in my salad, and it's really nice not to have to do that. It's a convenient thing. All of these things, they're not necessary, but they're all very helpful if you're able to use them. So if I present it in the right way, then people are more likely to say, you know what, that does look really convenient and really delicious. I'm gonna try it, and then they buy some. For Alphalete, let's say I want to post about the leggings that they have coming out. If I post just like a stock photo of the leggings and I'm like, buy these leggings, discount code, whatever, that's not going to be very effective. But if I take either a really good selfie where I'm showing you guys like how it looks, maybe my butt looks better than normal because it makes your butt look really good, and I show you guys like these fit really well, like they make your butt look good, they keep everything in, and I explain like how it makes me feel and how they look, that's something it's much easier because you just look at it and you either look at it and you're like, oh, that's cute and it fits well, I'm gonna buy it. Or if it's in a video, I can show you guys when I'm working out, they're squat proof, that kind of thing, and I show you that it really is a really great product. Then it's not salesy and it's not pushy if you just simply kind of include it in your post. Something I'll do is like, I'll post a picture and then I'll put the outfit details. A lot of the times people like to see where your outfit's from. It's the same thing if I'm wearing Lululemon leggings or Lululemon whatever, and I'm like, these are from Lulu, because people want to know where they're from. And if I had a discount code for Lulu, trust me, I would provide it for you guys, because hey, Lululemon, if you ever watch this, hit your girl up. No, but really, that would be so natural for me, and it is natural for me because I love Lululemon. Same thing with Alphalete. I love Alphalete. I love wearing the clothes. So it's very natural for me to promote it in that way. So again, your intentions and the way that you go about it is everything. And then let's talk about first forms. Let's talk about first form supplements. If I simply post a flyer of the protein and I'm like, this protein is great, use it here, it's not going to be very effective. But if I show you guys how I just finished a workout and now I'm slamming a post-workout protein shake and I genuinely feel like it's helping me, to recover and feel better, that's going to be much more effective than just posting a picture of the protein. Or let's say it's a pre-workout and I just hold the pre-workout like this and I'm like, use this pre-workout, it's great. Or I show you guys in a video how, I'm struggling and I'm really tired, and then I take the pre-workout and I genuinely like have so much more energy. You guys are gonna see it actually works. Or if I take photos and I show you guys how I use the Royal System 21 pack, and I show you before and after photos and how I consistently used it and I really felt like it helped me in these ways, kind of giving like a review just like I normally would. That will be much more effective than simply posting it or taking a cute photo with it and saying, go buy this at this link with this code or whatever. So again, intentions and the way that you go about it is absolutely everything. I do think that Instagram story and Snapchat are most effective for helping people. I think if your intentions are true and pure, that people are going to see through that. So I don't think, there's a fine line, right? Because in episode 3, I was saying like, F it all. And that's how I feel about, posting just to post or posting just to make a sale. It shouldn't be like that. You should take it back down to the basics. Take it back down to, I'm posting to help people. I'm posting because I care. I'm posting because I'm genuine about the things that I'm posting. I wouldn't ever tell you guys to buy something or purchase something that I wouldn't tell my best friend or my dad or my mom to buy. And if your intentions are there, then you're golden, you're set. So I think it's really important to have some self-reflection. Maybe look on your page and ask yourself, am I promoting how I truly feel about these products and things? Or am I posting just to get the post in which case maybe I need to work harder and create more posts. Maybe I need to work harder to promote this, or maybe my head's not really in it. Maybe my heart's not really in it. And if my heart's not really in it, I need to leave. I need to step down. I need to do something different. So you got to figure out like what kind of situation you're in. So just to recap a little bit here, make sure that your intentions are pure. Only go with companies that you literally love so much, you're going to support them until you die anyways. Like companies that you are 1,000% about, because if you're not, it's not going to be natural, it's going to feel forced, and you're not going to enjoy it. So I highly, highly, highly recommend that. Highly. So what's absolutely beautiful when you get to nail all of these things down is that you can have your thriving business. You can create this business of your own that's doing amazing. And then you can also thrive within these companies. You can thrive within these businesses. And yes, make money from them. And yes, have them be your revenue streams. But the whole point of this series is just to encourage you guys to focus on yourself and make you your best self. And then you're actually going to be better for these companies. You're going to be more valuable to these companies and be able to offer more to them. And you'll actually thrive even more in these companies. So I hope that this video helps you. I know with the Athlete Search, I've been getting a ton of DMs about how to become sponsored, how to go about it, and the best piece of advice I can give you guys is to be yourself, be true to yourself, be true to your intentions. And if you have the right heart, then whatever happens, happens. I'm not going to say that if you have the right heart, you'll get chosen. That's not true. Like, not hundreds of thousands of people that are probably going to enter this are going to get chosen. But if you have the right heart about it, you're going to have peace about it regardless. So be yourself. Put yourself out there. Don't be salesy. Try to help people. Reassess your page. If it looks like a bunch of ads, maybe you can do something. Maybe there's some constructive criticism that you can get from friends or family or maybe customers or clients. Don't be afraid. I actually just recently asked a bunch of friends and family for some constructive criticism for myself. I want to know. I want to know how I can improve on my social media, as a person, as a friend, as a daughter, as everything. So don't be afraid to get that from the people that you love and trust. But don't put it out there on social media because you'll get a lot of other opinions that aren't necessarily constructive criticism. They'll be like, your nose sucks. And that's not constructive. Anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. I know I was kind of all over the place. As always with these videos, I'm like, I hope I got my point across. I hope it made sense, but I'll just address it in another video. And again, not all of these would be sit down informational videos. A lot of them, we're gonna have vlogs. I think in the next one, it's gonna be more personal vlog / business, whatever, and I'll address some questions, that kind of thing. But thank you for joining me on this series. I'm really excited about this content that I put out. I literally wake up and I'm like, I can't wait to film today. I can't wait to take photos and to write and to be and to create, and it's just awesome. I'm really loving it, and I'll definitely get some of your questions. I've seen them. I'll get to them in the next video. That's it for this video. I love you so much. I'm done talking. Enjoy your day.